Ryan, tips, Ryan, tips. You're going to have to do some editing.
Oh boy, maker content. I love this topic. Here's my advice. Watch a lot of YouTube videos, and for the people that inspire you, try and mimic some of their techniques in your own videos. The name of the game is to cut out material. Put all your clips in your editing software, doesn't matter what you use, and just reduce. Only show what's absolutely necessary, and don't be afraid to fast forward. And keep doing it. You know, don't publish as often as you can, and you'll get better and better, and keep watching videos. Also, online, if you pick a platform, engage on that platform. Don't have it be a one-way funnel with information coming from you to the audience. Actually have a two-way someone needs help and you know the answer, help them. If you know where they can get the answer, point them in the right direction. Engage. You really have to engage if you pick a social media platform, so don't just do all of them and then ignore half of them. That's not going to work. Good luck.
I would say the first step into getting into making maker content is to do some recon. Get on YouTube, watch a lot of different channels and watch a lot of it. See what everybody else is doing, and don't try to be like them. Take your own personality and put it into everything else that you're watching and what inspires you, and just take it from there.
So the first step in making maker content would be to go ahead and use the tools that you have on hand already. And you want to film, build what you're building, record it, edit, and then you could look at what you've done, and it'll give you a good idea of, as you go along the process, of where you want to go with it and tweak accordingly.
I think you need to start out with something that you're passionate about. If it's something you're passionate about, I think it'll show through in your videos. Everything else will kind of fall into place, and you'll learn to adapt and, you know, grow with your audience and how you edit and how you shoot video. I think all that stuff just kind of comes into place if you start out with something that you're passionate about.
A good tip for when things get rolling, one thing that is very important is to try your very hardest to be as consistent as possible. Pick an upload date every week, or even bi-weekly, or even monthly if need be, and always try your very hardest to stick to that date. That date is very, very important, and you could always batch out some videos in advance if need be.
I think once things get rolling, it's important that you learn to adapt. You have to adapt to how you shoot video, how you edit, how you present your content, how you promote it, everything. You just need to learn how to adapt. Things change, people's interests change, your interests change, the things you're passionate about change. Everything always changes, so you have to learn how to adapt. So always be flexible and always be willing to adapt.
When things get rolling, a good tip would be to consider the ego. Thing is, you're sharing information with people, and depending on how you want to convey that and it be received, there are many, it'll naturally come to you, but the ego could get in the way. You might want for yourself to extend a clip, and all these things do matter if what you want to do is be effective in your delivery. So there is a psychological, incredible psychological component to creating content. You might want to consider the ego, how much and how little you want to use in that.
After you get rolling, just keep on engaging. Respond to the comments on your YouTube page. Respond to the feedback on social media. Watch the monetization stats. Even if your goal isn't to pull in a lot of AdSense, the YouTube platform can tell you a lot about what's working and what's not working, when people are dropping off in your videos. There's a lot of metadata that's very useful if you dig in the creator panel within YouTube. Take advantage of that. And ask. People are willing to give you their knowledge You just gotta ask politely, and just keep publishing. That's the trick. Keep on publishing.
A tip for sustaining content making would be to always be curious, and also believe in yourself. It is true that there are people with incredible skills, maybe better skilled than you or I, but the idea and concept of believing in yourself, regardless, right, um, will sustain you through. Always proceed and finish what you have begun.
I follow the advice of Gary Vaynerchuk. He is an inspirational speaker and a business guru, especially around using social media. And his saying is, if you live for the weekends and vacations, your shit is broken. And he is 100% right. You gotta love what you do. Once that is a factor, you can go all in and just get maximum enjoyment out of it, giving it all of your efforts. That's as close as I got to sustaining it. Fitting this into work-life balance, I mean, it's a big conversation. If you love it and make it a priority, that's really the root of it. That's as close as I can come.
How do I sustain this type of content? I do a lot behind the scenes when I'm at work just to save myself time. You can get OneNote on your phone, so you can write scripts while you're on your lunch at work. So by the time I get home from work, I know what I need to say and what I need to do in the film to get that out there a lot faster. Also, I have a fantastic wife. My wife is a very loving woman. She's a fantastic mother, and she's very helpful to me when I'm making YouTube videos, keeping control of the children and giving me all the time I need out here in the shop to get the videos done. Also, if I'm on like a 12-hour editing binge, I tend to forget to eat, and she suddenly appears behind me every few hours with some food for me just to keep the energy going and the creativity flowing. So huge thanks to my wife. A lot of this would not happen without her.
David Picciuto often tells his audience to stay passionate, and I think there's a whole lot of truth in that. If you stay passionate, you'll be able to sustain your content and your channel, I think, longer, because it'll show through in your videos, and you'll be able to keep interest in what you're doing, and you'll want to continue to do that. If you're doing things that you're not passionate about, I don't think you're going to want to continue doing those things, because it's not going to be fulfilling in any way. As far as staying passionate about things, you can change the things that you're passionate about, find new things to become passionate about, or find new ways to come at your passions at a different angle to rekindle them or bring them back to where they were once before. So, as with all my answers, stay passionate about what you're doing. Good tip from David Picciuto.